If I can hear you. There we go.
Okay. Hello, I'm Crystal, and thank you so much for joining me on Warrenist Live, where we celebrate the arts, culture, lifestyle, and people of Warren County, North Carolina, and beyond. Before we get started, be sure to like, comment, share with all your friends so we can continue to spread the good word about all the wonderful things that's happening here in this community. So, our sponsor today is Aspirations in Life, a summer camp hosted by the Littleton Academy. So 2 weeks filled with theater, arts, drumline, and robotics. This camp is designed especially for children to discover and develop what they aspire to be in life. The Littleton Academy will be fully renovated and enrolled in the summer of 2022. But for more information, click the link in the description or call 252-425-7766. Our guest today is Brooke Simpson. Born in Hollister, this powerhouse talent made the world fall in love with her voice the second she hit her first note on NBC's The Voice, where she finished in the top three and reached amazing heights in the top 10 on the iTunes charts. Brooke is coming home to North Carolina at this year's First Fruits Farm Memorial Balloon Festival in Lewisburg, North Carolina. But before she hits the stage, she's here with us on the Warrenist Live. Thank you so much for joining us, Brooke.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Oh
No.
no. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. Okay, is that better?
No. I don't know what
Oh no. What
happened.
happened? Let's see. Let's see. All right, let's try this again.
I typed in the chat.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can't hear you. I can't hear anything.
What happened?
I don't know.
Okay, let's see.
I'm reading your lips.
Okay. How about now?
I think I can hear you now.
Okay, all right.
Yes. Oh, girl.
Woo!
Hi.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, okay, they can hear us. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, again, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so but first I want to thank you also for contributing a holiday message for the virtual festival last year.
Yes, absolutely. It was an
Yeah.
honor, girl.
Yes, I greatly appreciate it. For those who don't know, of course, we're in a pandemic, and so a lot of festivals and everything was canceled. So, I organized a virtual festival. It was called Falling for the Holidays, and I had people that were away from home, but are from here, from the community, contribute messages. And Brooke was so kind to do so, and I greatly appreciate it.
You're so welcome.
Right. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. Um,
Absolutely.
so you grew up in Hollister, correct?
Yes, Hollister, North Carolina. Small indigenous community, always home.
All right. So what's your favorite memory about growing up in Hollister?
Oh, girl, there's so many. Um, Honestly, my favorite part about growing up in Hollister, the town, was just the feeling of family because it's such a small town. Like, yes, it's true. We, have a Dollar General, our gas stations, and then the most amazing grill in the entire world. But, if you want to get to Walmart, you're going to have to drive like 30 minutes out of the way.
Right.
But it was so worth it because of the family feel. Like, whether it was my next door neighbor or someone who lived 2 miles down the road, everyone knows everyone, and it's very tight knit. And every time I go home, it's as if nothing changed, and I've just been there all these years. It's incredible. But also, just even more specific, I guess just my actual, like, blood family, like the Mills family, Mike, Jamil, and then my extended family. I love the strong women from our tribe. I feel like they, especially my mother, they're who shaped me into who I am today.
Absolutely, that's beautiful, beautiful. And so I could definitely relate to, just a hometown feel.
Yeah.
I'm from Warrenton, so and for us, like you have your grill, we have burger bars, so
Yes. Yes,
so
girl.
I
And
could
I love
definitely relate
Warrenton.
to
I
that.
went to
So
school in
but you are
Warrenton.
a member of the Pony Tribe.
Yeah.
So how do you feel that has how the culture has shaped you into the woman that you are today?
I know that a lot of, if not all of who I am today is because of the women in our tribe. Especially my mom. And I know I talk about my mom so much in so many interviews, but she is literally like superwoman. If there's anything that needs to get done, she'll get it done. I mean, she has a powerful voice, whether she's speaking, like public speaking, or she's singing. But also she has the most gentle heart, and she's the most loving, caring, nurturing person. So just people like her and other women in our tribe and in our family, just how proud they were and how they got their hands dirty and got the work done, and how they weren't afraid to be loud and use their voice. I feel like that shaped a lot of who I am today, because I am loud, I am unapologetic. But those are some of my favorite qualities, because those were some of my favorite qualities in the women I looked up to.
Right. Okay. So, and you mentioned briefly that, singing. So you come from a musical family. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, absolutely. I grew up in the Mills family, but also known as like the Mills Family Ministries. So my mom and dad, they're evangelists. And instead of being pastors of like one church, they travel all over the country, even sometimes out of it, to sing at different churches. And it's their ministry, but also that's how, they take care of our family. So I pretty much grew up and was born into like a musical touring family. So music was just all I knew, honestly, since, my mom said, welcome.
Okay. But other than performing with your family, did you have any other type of musical training?
No, up until I went to college, I did do a couple, like one semester of vocal sessions when I tried doing like a music major type thing. But other than that, it was just listening, and learning the power of my ear, like listening to my mom, listening to the harmonies that like her or my dad or like other members of the group would do, or just listening to Beyonce, Christina Aguilera. If I wanted to learn to run, press rewind on the boombox, play it, pause, and try, like a million times until I'm hoarse. But yeah, up until that one semester in college, and I guess you could say The Voice, because we did have a vocal coach that helped us prepare for every week. So other than that, no.
Okay, so we're definitely going to talk about The Voice in a minute. You say you went to college. So I'm sorry, where did you go to college?
Lee University in Cleveland, Tennessee.
Ooh, okay, all right. Any moments you can share from college?
Yeah, girl, meeting my husband.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Me and my guy, we met in college. Met at like a back to school party. He was like, I thought he was the rudest person in the room. Ended up becoming my best friend, and then we got hitched.
Oh, okay. So is it what opposites attract or something?
Absolutely, absolutely. Where I'm extra, he's like my chill.
Okay, so you balance each other out.
Exactly.
Right. Okay, so let's go back a little bit. So what was your very first performance?
I I don't remember like my specific very first performance. Just because I had been traveling, with the equipment and my parents in the van or the RV ever since I was born. But I do remember, I don't even remember the name of the church, but I was so young. I had the frilly dress on, like the frilly socks, everything. And I remember maybe this was my first, I don't know. I remember my knees shaking because I was a little nervous, but then I got into it. But I take all this back, girl. I remember my first performance, and it was in the recording booth with my mom at 2 years old. She's going to kill me
Wow.
for forgetting that.
Two?
Two, we've recorded Jesus Loves Me. And with the lisp and everything, yes, Jesus loves me. I know.
So, but I know, I mean, you were 2 years old, but do you remember what moment or what happened that made you realize, hey, you know what, I want to pursue music. Like this is what I want to do with my life.
You know, I don't remember a specific moment when I said that, but I feel like it's just because I don't remember ever thinking about or wanting or dreaming about anything else. And it obviously played a role in it that I was born into music, but I mean, even in college, I had the option to do my own thing and break apart from everything I had known as normal. But instead, I wanted to do music. And even today, like, you know, I'm a grown woman living across the country, but I'm still chasing this dream. It's just I feel like it's, I don't know, just in my bones. It's just
Right.
always been.
Right. I mean, and then for you not to have any like actual like training. Well, I mean, you had training because you were with your family, but you know, like that formal training, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But so that just says it was in you, you
Ah,
know.
thank
So
you.
yeah, that's what hey, and I mean, and it shows, you know. We hear it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely. So you talked about school briefly. What type of student were you?
in high school, I was a really, really, really good student. Like I, you know, A's, B's, sometimes C's. But I mean, I was for the most part like a good student. I was part of the beta club, like all that stuff.
Okay.
But then once I got to college, I was good at first. And then it was like all of a sudden I realized, oh, I'm my alarm clock. Like I don't have like, I won't get in trouble technically. I mean, I did get in trouble. I got bad grades, but yeah. So when I put the effort in, oh girl, I was the best student, the best. When I didn't, we won't talk about
Okay.
that.
Another time off camera. Okay. Okay, so you moved away from home. So what
Mhm.
motivated you to move from well, Halifax County to where you
Yeah.
live? Hmm.
Which also, by the way, Warren County still is like home to me because I went to school in Norlina Christian School, small
Okay.
school. I went to high school there, so Warren County has my heart too, girl.
All right.
But I first, when I moved out of North Carolina, you know, and left college and stuff, we first moved to Florida for work opportunities, and I was a creative director at a church, and it was awesome. But I wasn't completely fulfilled, and I knew that I was still trying to chase a dream that I had no idea of how to achieve. So I was just trying to sing at coffee shops anytime I could, or find random jazz nights, or get booked at a casino. Like trying to do anything like how do people get their voices heard? I had no idea how the industry worked. And then you know, after the opportunity like The Voice happened, it gave me an opportunity to move across the country. So once I had the opportunity, girl, I was jetting. Me and my two dogs and Ray in one U-Haul.
Okay, so but after you moved, I read that you considered some other career options. Like what were you thinking about doing?
Um, when I moved out to LA or Florida?
Florida.
Florida, you know, it was just more so. I think I saw that, and it's really sad that the industry kind of puts a stigma where men age like fine wine, but women, it's once you turn 18, it's and you can't be on Disney anymore. It's like, okay, well, you know, you're done.
Right.
And because of that, I had this mentality in my brain kind of thinking like I need to hurry up and make something happen before I get too old. I'm saying this at like 26 at the time. So for me to it really messed with my head thinking like I need to hurry up and make something happen before I'm too old and all this stuff. So I started trying to think of plan B's because I was like, well, maybe everything I dreamt of, or maybe like the you know the passions God put in my heart, maybe they're not meant to be. You know, and it's really crazy when you start questioning the things that you've always felt is just that you're confident in. So I I guess I thought about other options for a while, but I don't know. There is no plan B. I, especially after The Voice happened at a time in my life when I didn't expect it to. And it gave me the opportunity and the platform to reach more people. And now I have a bigger platform to actually do this full time and still chase the dream. Um, yeah, I can't even tell you what specifically it was, but yeah.
Okay. But I can definitely relate to that because see, I'm over 30, I'm 37 now. But there
Yeah.
was this definite, you know, not the entertainment industry, but I felt like I needed to succeed in a certain way prior to 30. I said, by the time I'm 30, I'm gonna have this going on, that going on, that going on.
Right.
And 30, that 30th birthday went, you know,
Girl,
and
right.
so, but I could definitely relate to that. So I guess this is me doing my thing now. So,
Yeah.
but
Well, even but before we move on, just to even relate to that even more so, it's like now that I'm getting closer to 30, it's like now I'm thinking like, but what adventure was I planning on having after? Like, you know what I mean? Like I'll be turning 30 this year. So with that, I still want adventure. I still want to chase my dreams. I still want to achieve things that are unthinkable. And there isn't an age limit to when you can stop climbing the ladder and reaching goals, you know?
right, I totally agree. You know, I've
Yeah.
read about, you know, all these people that we know, these names, you know, that's like, oh, Toni Morrison didn't, you know, she published her first book at this age, you know, and all
Right.
this. And I'm like, you know, these great names, well, the late Toni Morrison, but all these great names. I'm like, why am I rushing so much? You know,
Right.
it will come when you're ready, when it's, you know, I'm just preparing for that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, totally relate. So let's get back to the singing. How would you describe your sound or your style for someone who's never heard a single note come out of you?
I would describe my sound as pop R&B. I'm definitely a pop girl, but with a lot of R&B influence. It's almost like a bop that you can dance to and feel all at once, you know? And but that's how I would describe myself genre wise. But as far as like the content of my music, um, I guess it just reflects a lot of who I am, which or who I strive to be every day, which is someone who is unapologetic, someone who is confident, someone who is super feminine and super proud to be a woman, and someone that is just trying to find a billion ways to be happy and see the glass half full, even if life doesn't always give you the best situations. I know that's a lot to explain music, but I feel like that kind of wraps in a bow what I bring to the table with my music.
Oh no, that's fine. That's good. I like that. Yeah,
Good.
and like I said, that style it just comes through. But also we touched on it briefly. Artists that you admire.
Yeah, artists that I admire. Beyonce is always going to be my number one, always. And that could be a whole 3 hour conversation, girl.
Right.
But Beyonce, she is just like the bar for me. But outside of that, I mean, I love Ed Sheeran's writing. I love Jessie Reyez and her writing, and I love
Mhm.
how she even sings with her stylistic voice. Gosh, I love Ariana Grande. Snow Allegra is super inspiring to me right now.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and Tierra Whack. I would say right now my
Oh,
two top artists outside of Beyonce are Snow Allegra and Tierra Whack. Two
oh,
incredible female artists. Yeah.
nice. Yes, yes, yes. I'm definitely familiar with her. Yeah. But how do you prepare for a performance?
One, it has been over a year since I've actually performed on stage. So that's why I'm so excited about the First Fruits Farms Balloon Festival. It's going to be my first time on a stage in over a year since the pandemic. But how I normally prepare, so this preparation is going to be totally different, but how I normally prepare, I run over the songs with the band. I make sure that I'm in the right headspace. I make sure I say a prayer with everyone that's on the stage, and I make sure that we're ready to give our absolute best.
Absolutely. Okay. So, we touched on it very briefly in the beginning. What is your approach to songwriting?
I feel like it changes every time. Like I don't have one set system, but I love that. Like sometimes it'll start with if I have like a lyric idea and I'm in the car, I'll just pull up my audio messenger and I'll sing the lyric that I hear in my head or say it. And then if I maybe hear a beat in my head that might go with it, I'll try to sing it so I can show it to Ray later and he can try to create something, or whatever producer I'm working with at the time. Or I will just play around on the piano, which I'm not trained on the piano or anything, but the piano is almost like the vocal version of an instrument. So I'll just sit there, play what I hear in my head. And I don't know, I'll just see what I feel. The process is different every single time. But my favorite is when I'm collaborating with other writers that I have good chemistry with. That's always my favorite.
Okay. So, of all the songs that you've written, which one is your favorite?
You know, so far, out of all the songs that I've released, I would say that my favorite is, I'll just say So Tired, because
Okay.
there's a part one and a part two, but
Mhm.
they're two sides of one story. And if you listen to them back to back together, it blends so beautiful, and you want to bop and you want to cry. And it's just, I don't know. That came from a really deep, vulnerable place. So I would say those two might be my favorite as one. But as far as songs I haven't released and people haven't heard yet, it's called Halawa.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
do you have a release date for that one?
Not yet.
Okay.
I don't know when it will be, but whenever it is released, it'll come with other songs in the form of an album.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So definitely keep me posted so I can share with everybody. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, what do you enjoy most? And I wrote them down, make sure I didn't leave out anything.
Yeah, no,
Performing.
you're good. Would you mind asking it again?
Oh, which do you enjoy the most? Performing, writing, producing, or teaching?
I feel like in overall, the what my favorite will always be performing.
Okay.
Connecting with people on stage and feeling their energy, and then also letting them know, like, me singing these lyrics, like letting them know, even if it's just one person in the room, letting them know they're not alone in what they're feeling or what they're going through. That's always going to be my favorite part, like making eye contact and connecting with the people as well as the band members on stage. Like the energy is always insane. And that's not even me tooting my own horn, but at my shows I'm so proud of like just the vibe in the whole room. So I just, performing will always be my favorite. But as far as the other things, I feel like I go in and out of seasons. I feel like sometimes it's writing, sometimes it's producing, because I love creative directing. And then sometimes it is teaching, because I do vocal sessions where I help coach people, via Zoom. So I don't know. It switches up. Performing will always be my top.
Okay, all right. So prior to The Voice, did you participate in any other singing competitions?
I didn't. Well, no, let me take that back. I won the International Teen Talent.
Okay.
It's like a teen singing competition, and I won. And that, my prize was winning the first semester to the college I went to. So I mean, I guess that was another. Not I guess that definitely was another one. But as far as like singing competitions that are on TV, I mean, when I was in high school, I auditioned for American Idol. I can't tell you how many times, like so many times, and always trying to
Wow.
sing, Christina Aguilera. Or one time I tried to do country, like so many different things. But timing, and God's timing is just everything, because even The Voice, like I auditioned for that 4 years prior, before they even called me back to come on the show. So just God's timing's everything.
Yeah, yeah, but look, hey, they're lost. So, like you said, timing is everything. So,
Yeah.
yeah, but so share with us your time on The Voice.
It was incredible. I made some of the closest friends I've ever had. I'm still in touch with so many people from the show. Um, and I feel like the biggest thing I learned from the show was the power of the word no.
Okay.
And I don't know, especially as a natural people pleaser, you want to say yes to everything, and you don't want to offend anyone, and you want everyone to be happy. But just to give a quick story, I did not love the outfit I auditioned in. I said yes to it because I was afraid to say no to really sweet but very professional people that were dressing us.
Mhm.
And I cried forever when I found out that that was, out of all the outfits, that was the one I was going to be wearing.
Oh,
So after that, I told myself, if I want to be my authentic self on this show and show people who I really am as an artist, I need to learn how to say no and know that that doesn't mean the end of the world if I have to tell someone else no. Um, and because of that, I mean, that meant I had to say no to the dressing team sometimes. I had to say no to the hair or makeup team sometimes. I even had to say no to Miley a couple of times, you know, but it was scary, but it was worth it. And it left me with no regrets.
okay. All right. So you were on team Miley Cyrus,
Yes.
right?
Hmm.
Okay. So did she offer any advice or teach you anything?
Yeah, she offered me a lot of great advice. But the number one thing I took away from my experience with Miley was to trust my gut. Just because I remember we were going over, I think it was, I can't remember the song. It was Amazing Grace. And
Okay.
I think she wanted to possibly, like, you know, think on other song options, and we were talking through it. But I really felt strongly that if I did this, it would be like a moment. It would be huge. So she trusted me after we talked about it for a long time, and it ended up being my highest charting song on the entire show. And it was a moment. And after that, she, with every performance, I could tell that there was almost a different trust. I mean, she trusted me as an artist, but after that, it was like almost like another, you know what, I trust Brooke's gut. And it was empowering to hear, you know, like Miley, this girl who has accomplished so much since she was so young, say that about me, an aspiring artist. So, yeah, I would say that was my favorite thing.
That's beautiful. Okay. I'm sorry, I had to take it back 1 second. For people who have not watched The Voice, have no idea what it is, can you just like do a brief description of what The Voice was about?
Yeah,
What it's about?
absolutely. The Voice.
Hmm.
It is a singing competition show where different singers are selected to come and sing, but they're only first judged based off of their voice. No one sees them until they decide they want them on their team or not. So, yeah, it was a really cool opportunity that happened a couple of years ago, and it got me in the top three of the entire show.
Right. And then also I want to add to that too, is that like you said, they only judging you by your voice. So there are 4 judges, right? And so because of your voice, all of them turned around, right?
Yeah.
See, and I mean that's like, because sometimes
Yes.
they don't turn around at all. They're like, no, that's okay.
Yes, yes, that was crazy.
Yeah. So, but what other artists have you worked with?
I've worked with Taboo from the Black Eyed Peas.
Mhm.
Um, Made some music with him. Obviously, I've worked with Miley. I've sang a duet with Sia. Um, and then, of course, there are so many other artists that I've had the honor and privilege of collaborating with since coming and moving to LA. Like I have collabed with Mia Moore and Melanie Furman and Mario Jose. Just so many incredible LA-based artists that whose names need more recognition than they even get. So, so many incredible people, and I can't wait for the list to keep growing.
Right. Also, we can too. We can't wait. All right. So, so just like everyone, the pandemic has affected everyone. So, how has it affected you as a person and also as an artist?
The pandemic, it's affected me as a person. I feel like um, kind of like the glass half full and half empty side of it. I feel like the positive is it's taught me how to be more okay with being on my own and not constantly surrounded by people, which I'm a very people person. So I like to be around people a lot, but it's made me value that time alone, like with God and I don't know, in solitude so much more. But also at the same time, it's made me um, treasure my relationship with people so much more. I've never been a really good person at reaching out and like if I move, like I hope that you keep texting me and calling me because my memory is like that of a little mouse. I will forget to call and text everyone. But it has made me so much more intentional as a person. Um, and as an artist, I feel like it's almost been an opportunity for me to just see different parts of my creativity, because there have been moments when I can't stop writing and I'm in writing mode and I can't stop. And then there are moments when I'm in like a writing drought. I'm terrified because I think, oh my gosh, am I never going to be able to write again? Do I even remember what it's like to do that? However, then I'm painting like crazy, and I'm painting like so many different paintings describing how I feel and love people and all this stuff. So I don't know. I feel like it's just made my creativity burst, but in ways that I would never expect.
Right. And I definitely can relate to that because what happened, it forced me, I mean, me personally, to sit down,
Yeah.
to realize what's important. It got me, I don't write songs, but I do a little, I write stories, short stories, personal essays,
Yeah.
and it forced me to just like, Crystal, sit down, you know.
Yeah.
So I can definitely relate to that. And I could felt this like surge of creativity because of that, and yeah,
Yes.
so definitely. Um, so we talked on it before, but you're performing at the First Fruits Memorial Balloon Festival, and that's
Yes.
on the May 29th.
Yes.
Okay, so what can we expect?
You can expect so much original music, some songs that I've never performed live before, a
Okay.
full band, and me in North Carolina, which I'm so excited. I haven't seen my family since the pandemic started. I
Mhm.
haven't been home to North Carolina since the pandemic started. And like I said, I haven't performed other than virtually via my phone or computer. I haven't performed live, so you can expect the happiest of happy Brooks you've ever seen before.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm so excited. It's in Lewisburg, North Carolina. The general admission is $10, and kids age 6 to 12, it's $5. So please come. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited.
Right, and I mean, I know I'm coming, so
Yes.
hang out with me too, y'all. But
Yes.
yeah, definitely. And I mean, we're craving some sort of outside activity now,
Right.
space out or whatever, but just need to just get out. So
Exactly. It's like we'll
yeah,
be outside so
absolutely.
we'll have fresh air to breathe, but also just to be able to see and interact with different humans. It's going to be great.
Right, and entertainment, and you're gonna see Brooke, so that's the best part.
Yes, please
Yeah,
come.
yeah. So what are your other passions?
I obviously love singing and writing, but outside of that, I love vocal producing. I'm actually working with another LA artist right now, who's working on their first project. But I've been helping them write and then also vocal produce. And it's been kind of opening up a whole nother side of my creativity that's been dying to come out. So it's really cool to be in the studio, but not me behind the mic. I'm kind of with the engineer, kind of help direct people. So that's really great. I'm super passionate about painting. It's one of my newer passions, but like I mentioned before, when I went through like a writing drought for a few months,
Mhm.
I just bought some paint just for the heck of it to see what would happen, and I have an entire like mural wall now full of art. So I love painting, and I love acting. It's something I've always wanted to try, but I've actually started to do a little bit since the pandemic started. So that's actually a little sneak peek of something that hopefully I'll be able to share with you guys. Well, not hopefully, I will be able to share with you guys in the future. Um, but yeah, it's awesome.
Okay. And I have a feeling I already know the answer to this, but what makes Brooke happy?
Uh, so many things. I mean, first, Ray. Well, wait. First, God, Ray, my dogs, especially my dog Abby. I'm sorry, I know you're not supposed to pick favorites, but I do. Music, my friends, painting, Mexican food. Um, I don't know, just life.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. So, what advice do you offer to others who wish to also pursue a career in music?
Just do it. I feel like, especially in this new generation, or I don't even know if generation's the word, but in this new era of music that we're
Okay.
in,
Mhm.
it is totally different from anything we've ever seen before, as far as like how music works and how you get it out there and how the industry moves. And as an artist who grew up in the old way, it's super scary because it's like you're relearning something completely new. However, what we're relearning, it actually works in the artist's favor even more. So
Mhm.
I would just say, just do it. Like, if even if you don't know where to start, go on TikTok, post yourself singing your favorite song, make a cute little background. Even if you don't have a ring light, get your favorite lamp in your face and sing, honey. Pick up a
Right.
pen and paper, start writing. Even if you think the lyrics are the stupidest thing you've ever heard, you got to get the bad stuff out first to get to the good. Um, just do it. I honestly, I don't know what else to say. I feel like so many artists wait for that moment. But something that I have learned, and take it from the advice of someone who has tried so long for just their talent alone to open the doors. I tried that before and it doesn't work. Like, you need to be more than talented. You gotta put yourself out there and you have to knock on those doors. So yeah, do it. And please do it, because I want people to know that real singers are still out there. And that's no shade. I love every artist that's out right now,
Mhm.
but I miss the days when someone made you feel how Whitney used to make you feel, or Mariah used to make you feel. And I think we need a resurge of that. So if you're an artist out there wondering what to do it. Just go, please.
That's great advice. It really is. So what's next after the First Fruits Farm Memorial Balloon Festival? What's next?
What's next? Well, it was supposed to have happened already, but the pandemic had other plans. But I'm sure all of you have seen Broadway is reopening, and I'm so excited about that. So I will finally be debuting on Broadway next year. The Revival of 1776 by Diane Paulus. I will be in that musical, and it's going to be incredible. I'm excited to be a part of that. And also, I'm excited because I'm kind of playing around with doing voiceover work for an animated series that's going to be coming to major streaming platforms in the future as well. So I'm so excited. And like I mentioned before, I'm in the middle of kind of trying to make an album. So much is happening. There's even more that I can't share everything right now, but there's so much
Right.
that I want to share, and I just can't wait. I think that 2022 is going to be a crazy year.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I definitely agree.
Yes.
So how can we get in contact with you? How can we follow you? Where? What
Yeah.
legally follow
Yeah. Yes.
you?
Thank you.
Right.
um, you can find me almost on all social media platforms under Brooke Simpson Official. That's on Facebook, Instagram. On Twitter, it's just Brooke Simpson. And yeah, I'm on YouTube as well. Just look everywhere. Brooke Simpson Official. That's where it's at.
Right, and I believe I have them all listed in the description. I'll double check to make sure, but I think I have everything listed there.
Awesome.
So, and to download music, to y'all's on
Yes.
Spotify, right?
Yes, on all streaming platforms. You can go to Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Google Play, wherever you listen to music. Just look up Brooke Simpson. You'll find me there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
You
so much
definitely
for
are
having me, Crystal. This has
powerhouse
been an honor.
talent. I was listening to oh gosh, what's the song? Because I was sharing, that you were going to be on the show today, and I was like, yeah, this is a bop. Let me put this one up here. Real Long Nails.
Yeah.
Yes, I was like, I can relate.
Yes. I just took mine off. So I have these real short nails, but I'm going to get them redone in a couple weeks.
That's the remix.
Yeah.
All right, so thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to catch Brooke Simpson at the First Fruits Farm Memorial Balloon Festival in Lewisburg, North Carolina. I believe I also added the link to the description as well. If I have not, I will add it after this is over. And thank you again to our sponsor, Aspirations in Life. It's a summer camp for children to engage in, our children, they need to do something too. So thank you all so much for joining me. Warrenist, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. We're all of those places too. So thank you again, Brooke. Have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
day, everyone, and see you next time.